How we all doing? Okay. How's my mic there? Crack up the gain a bit. Hey. It's okay. Massive file name, can't even save it. Let's go. Jesus. Every time with this mic, I'm reinventing the wheel. You know what? Six. I changed all my presets last night to do this WRC stream. I was like, why does this force feedback feel so terrible? Let's see. I think I was actually just... No. Yes. jeez, even more problems. I had these settings loaded for rally. So this feels, for heaven's sakes, that felt awful. So I had to fix my settings, but I realized I hadn't saved the last settings I did. Oh, dude. This isn't going to be pretty if we're doing stuff like that. Supposed to break there. Oh, jeez. I was hoping to get a lot more practice. Oh, no. Well, fortunately I did drive this a lot this week, but not so much with this setup. I wonder if it would be better to take the baseline and just roll with it. Nah. No, we'll give this a shot. Oh my goodness! So this is a tough track. People are so fast. That's too much fuel. It's more than I want. Oh, brutal. I had to tap the brakes there to avoid a slide, and that just ruined me, man. Oh. Well, it's better at least. Oof. Well, it's not about where you start, but where you finish. It's so close. Oh, man. Rough start, rough start. Oh, my boy's here. Breakfast entertainment. I'm glad you enjoyed it. That was a good stream. Those were fun stages. Those were a lot of fun to stream. I didn't get to do too much practice, as you saw, but I was happy with the result. Oh, that penalty in Chile, that kind of hurts now. That would have put me a lot closer to second. Yeah. That was strong. No, maybe I'll double check. I'm pretty sure I got third, or I will at least at third when I finished. I don't know if anyone else did it. I think I was 7 seconds behind, oneself. "26 guys, 21st, brutal." This will be a tough one, I think, with that poor qualifying. But this is a long race. Maybe guys will crash. Who knows? I can run really easily in 146 this year, so look at these times are terrible. Let's see, maybe I can pick up some places here. We'll hang out at the back, avoid the carnage. Right, 18 laps. There's a pit stop in this race. No, I don't want to do. I want to do auto fueling. Why won't it just let me do that? That should be enough. That's probably overfueling, but better safe than sorry. I'll check later. Thank you, I appreciate it. This is going to be challenging, but I do like this track, so hope for the best. Who's in front of us? Scarlet's Race Twitch channel. Everyone check it out, I guess. Every race, someone does that. That curve, that turn is my just nemesis. That's where I'm losing all my time. Oh, this is a great place to pass, man. But honestly, I'm not too concerned about it. The weed car, the Kush car. Oh, that wasn't fun. Let's just settle in here. What else can you do, you know? That was not a fast lap, but that happens on lap 1 here. Not good, man. Oh, of course, now I have to deal with them. You know, weird spot there, bro. Yeah, everyone else carries so much more speed into that turn. I really need to defend. I don't like have the speed to pass him here. And my lap time's down into a more normal range here. You can go a lot faster out of some of these corners than I am, but I think you really punish the rear tires when you do that. Oh, that was terrible. I guess just drive right on, pal. Honestly, that wasn't a bad rejoin. I saw him coming, so. I am kicking myself for not waking up earlier and getting more practice. But in truth, the car's feeling alright. Yeah, a lot of easy places to make mistakes here, but that describes like every circuit, so. Really ruined the corner for me there, but oh well. So I didn't wreck. Why do I feel like I'm seeing a lot of Lamborghinis spinning out? Like, maybe that's not the car for this track, you know? Jeez, that was a rocky lap. Bad line. Bad line.
I'm pitting in, Marcel. You don't have to do anything crazy. Pitting in.
Ah, this holdup in front of us is just really irritating me. These laps are terrible. And we got a lot of laps left in this race still.
Thanks, David.
Oh man. See how impatient this Porsche is getting. That was important. I didn't see what happened there. I totally missed what happened. I'm just gonna say sorry. I don't really know. So, I mean, what I do know has happened is that I started to get loose there. I recovered the car and I moved to the outside to let him go by, but then maybe he also got loose? I'm not sure. I do know I got a 2x out of it, so that's not fun, but could be worse. Is he pitting in? Was that it? That he was trying to cross to the pit lane and I... That was poor. I saw Golfari left a comment, but I can't see it. Oh man. This race is just requires too much focus. Nope. Does this guy have like serious damage or something and he's just trying to like scrape out laps maybe? I'm not sure. A lot of guys in the pits already. I'm not actually top 10. That's just based on the pit rotation. Good to have gone on the gas a little bit earlier there. Are guys like not even breaking through those S's? Because that would really explain where I'm losing so much time. Maybe we come into the pits after this lap. Yeah, I think that's a good idea. Are we? What damage? Should I take it? Should I take the 20? Jeez. I'm just gonna go. I didn't even know my car was damaged.
Okay, go.
Oof, brutal. Brutal. Coming out way back in the pack. Oh, I'd be fighting guys into this corner too. Great. 20th. Brutal. It's your boy. Oh, come on. Worth it. Whatever.
Thanks for the 4X for you.
You're whining, man. I wonder if I would have done better if I had just used the base setup. You know? Oh, that's good at least. Race is almost over, man. Thanks for that one. Straight brake check at the hairpin. Wow. I think white flag after this. I think next lap is last lap. Oh man. This guy's working for it, but I don't think he's gonna get it. It's so difficult to pass on this track.
What do you think?
Yeah, I saw that coming.
But
Boom! Oh, goes the dynamite. Proving once again and proving for all time that the best way to pass people in an endurance race is to just let them crash. Oh, now I gotta stay in front of this joker though.
You need to go back to MX5 to Aquino because you're a shit driver.
Wow. A little harsh, I'd say. Mario, though, man, letting him know how he feels. So 17th, I'm not especially proud of that result, but yeah, we will get him next time. I'm not especially proud of the result. I guess I had to spend, it wasn't even that much longer, 15 seconds off that optional damage. But man, it was a tight race. You know, you see these spaces, like 15 seconds would have, I don't know, brought me up to 50. Well, that's kind of where I went into the pits, right? I think I was around 14th or 15th, so that's where I lost those extra positions. That was nice, though, getting those two back at the end. Those guys were so slow. Like, they created this gap here. That's frustrating. Ended up with the 4X. That's frustrating, too. It's gonna, safety rating's going down. What can you do? It's a challenging race, man. It's more you against the track, I think, than you against cars, because when you try to fight people, you just wreck. You said I'm third. Yeah, I know. I'm not. You don't have to apologize. I was pretty sure about it. And even if it went to second, it doesn't really. But the stakes aren't very high, Kolfari. Man, again. Well, the safety rating went up, so that's nice. But this iRating has been going just down, down, down. I think I was up into the 1900s. The last 3 races I've lost 30, and now 23. Not from wrecking or anything, just being slow. So 17th. Could have been worse. The outcome could have been a lot worse. And that was fun. Man, I really enjoyed driving on this track. It's a shame I just don't have a little bit more pace. God, can I advance the slideshow? This one is grotesque. I gotta just pull this picture. 38 points in the championship. Heck yeah. Big points. 23 laps, yeesh. Well, it is what it is, so. I was ranked 8th in the lobby, so that the hit to the iRating was a little more extreme, but man, I expected more wrecking. I saw a lot of spins, but I wasn't able to take advantage of most of them, to be honest. It's kind of frustrating. Alright, how long we got? Not long. It was a quick race, though, it felt like. Next race is in 16 minutes. Ow. I gotta get a side table or something.
Thank you.
Okay. Just saw the messages now. Yeah, enjoy your dinner, Kolpari, and thank you for tuning in. If you catch the rest of this and you hear this, always great to have you here. Always great. As to the question of next races, let's go on this actually. Yeah, I'm doing one race here. This is going to be the fixed version of the last race. And it's like half the length. So this will be shorter, but still very challenging race. Very competitive. So we'll see how we do on this. And then that'll be it, I think. I might do one like fun race at the end. Short race if depending on how I feel and how long this race takes to finish, but yeah. That is the sketch. They're still off track, yeah. That was exactly a great corner. Jeez, I'm all over the road. I really want to see the, terrible. I really want to see the video from that last race. I forgot to check out that wreck I was in. missed my breaking point there, that, damaged the car? It's like I didn't even feel it, I didn't even see it when it happened, and I didn't see what happened to the guys, so... Yeah, that was a cut track. I gained time there. Followed this idiot off. Ooh. We'll see how this one goes. I gotta tell you, I felt a lot stronger yesterday. Felt a lot stronger yesterday in the fixed race. Which is where our lovely thumbnail came from. So this should take at least a half an hour to finish. So there might be something at 9 o'clock we can do. Jeez, that was ugly. Oh. Oh, it's... No, no! I forgot it was... I was in race practice. I should have been more careful. Stupid. What are we... Yeah. Let's do this game. Come on. Not a good launch. It's okay. We can still put up a good lap. Why was I traveling so slowly? As if through molasses. Are better than my qualifying laps in the... Yeah, that was my best lap, jeez. I guess that answers the question. I should have just used the fixed setup in the previous race, jeez. Nice. That was a good lap. That's fun. Maybe a little bit better this time, finally. I think I'm already at 9th, did I see? Nice though, good lap. All things considered. Second and a half off the aliens, but less than a second from P3. You guys didn't qualify. I wonder if they're going to be doing an annoying last to first challenge. Those are always fun for, certainly for the people getting recklessly passed.
One to go, next time by. Line up on the left side. Closed, pit road is closed. The estimated strength of field is 1,652. A lot of opportunities today, heads down. Pick the paddle.
We'll see. See how we stack up against some of these other guys. I always got that Porsche. What's that team called with the dyno liveries? Love them. Oh, jeez. Come on, boys, we gotta hustle. And girls. You all have to hustle. We're going super slow here. Oh man, I almost lost it there. That was spicy. See, these laps are already so much faster that, well, that wasn't great, but when I have some room to run, they're already so much faster than my... was kind of poor on my part. I had room. I should have had a faster lap there. Man, I'm really asking a lot of the tires at this point. Of course, of course. Is that 8th? I'm not really... What does that mean? It's just not there, man. Oh, he might have me this time. I got a really poor exit. Wow, in the 45s. Nice, finally. Oh no. He'll get a slowdown from that, so I'm safe. Wow, he takes a very different line into there. Wow, lots of guys crashing out. It's good for me. Good drive off the corner. I would bet it's not helping him to grab that the inside of that last corner, you know? Wow, nice. Or exit. Yeah, you see. And this is one of those circuits where the laps just fly by. It's not like they're especially quick or anything, but here we are, lap 11. It's just like nothing changes, you know? Oh, there we go. Come on, man. I did do very well. That is easily my best result in A class even, but definitely in, oh no, it's B class, but definitely in GT3s. Heck yeah. There we go. Take that, everyone below P6. This guy I was not a fan of. Gosh, he dove me once early on. I let him go. He wrecked himself, of course, and then later tried to dive. I just had to defend on that last lap. I was stuck behind Daryl here, but you know, it's like the people that dive bomb on this, that's why there's so little passing, because almost every passing attempt results in contact. I'm just gonna take my W and get out. Alright, what time we got? It's only at 50. Let's see what's coming up at 9. And either way, we'll watch that replay of the first race. Just, the damage is still like, I'm baffled. No pit stop this time, though. I'm not doing another GT sprint. I'm so sweaty. I'm wearing, this is a soccer jersey. It's designed for sweat absorption. I'm like still caked in the stuff and just, I'm boiling hot. I feel like steam is rising out of the collar. Okay, do we want to do an off-road race? Do we want to do the dash? There's only 2 people. Off-road is fun for me, but I think the dash is more fun for everyone else. Let's register for that. Geez, I do like off-road. Well, whatever. I kind of like my rating where it is there. I got a win in the off-road trucks this week. It's like my new passion. Off-road trucks and graphic design. All this looks fine. Oh, I was thinking about doing the Ringmeister. That's not happening now. I might do it later off stream, but that was a that's a fun one. It's in the Spec Racer, which is like a, let me show you the car. It's like a little it's like an adult go-kart. I don't even know how to describe this thing. I think this is supposed to be the like very low level or a very low level in like prototypes, so like sports cars that have downforce. The apotheosis of this is the LMDH, the top class Le Mans cars. And it all starts here with like a lawnmower engine and a, you know, a soapbox derby frame. These are super fun to drive though. They are pretty quick. It's awesome. The draft is crazy in these. I'm not great, but I say that about virtually every car, right? Oh, let's see what the results of that race were. 40-point pickup, repair some of that damage. 0.02 repair on the safety rating. So that's the first time in one of those sprints I've gained rating, that's for sure. It is possible in A class. But it is not easy. Oh man, I'm stoked. That was a great result. I started in 8th and held it down. You saw how many wrecks there were. Probably, I feel like a faster driver would have picked up more places, but I also don't care. So I lost a couple at the start. I don't know. Whatever happens, I feel like no one is doing this. That's the problem. Is there anything else starting at the hour? I wonder if pickups are at 9:30. Well, maybe we just don't do anything. That's fine. Those 2 races are enough. Honestly, I could probably stand to like walk around. Well, let's register and see what happens. Man, nice. 2 clean races. I mean, obviously I got incidents in both, but two pretty solid jobs on the track, behind the wheel. I gained places in both cases. And like maybe I'm not showing it, but man, that second race, I am super pumped on that result. I haven't had a top 10. Like GT3s have been tough. They've been tough, whether it's in multi-class, whether it's in the long form setup races, or whether it's in the sprints. Just all of them have been rough. The competition is so fierce. And I can understand it. Like these things with the traction control and with the ABS, like you feel like a superhero behind the wheel. Like anyone can get up to 160 on any straightaway. You know, it's too easy. So everyone's impatient, and guys that are quicker than you, they want to get by. You know, so I understand the psychological urge, but man, it's rough out there. So this was a good race. I didn't have many people matching my pace coming up behind me. That's a first. You know what I want to map is tearaways. What's up with that? I could probably stand to drop this. Yeah, that was right. Weird. I wonder if this doesn't have tearaways. Let's get on my oval gloves, my Indy oval gloves. Oh, the power of this vehicle. With the pit limiter on and starting in 3rd gear, just a giant burnout. So, you can imagine that the starts of races are tricky in these, and essentially always result in just death. I'm starting a race earlier this week. I do these sometimes just after my more serious races, just to relax. I find it very calming for whatever reason, but I started in 2nd in a pack of 11. The leader spun out completely and just turned directly in front of me right at the start. I had nowhere to go and just ran into him. And half the field or so got collected behind us. I ended up 3rd in the race. After towing to the pits. Take that, Henry. $238 in the banking. That ain't healthy. Yeah, I think tear-offs just don't work on this car. I guess they feel like they've given you enough windshield. Deal with it. 243, I think, on the straights with no slipstream. This car has absurd traction. What's up, Henry? Oh, that's James Gully. Oh man, good for him. What did he do with the 203 with the slipstream assisted? Oh no, that's me. That's me. Oh no, 36.5. Oh man, that is so filthy fast. Yeah, that guy knows what he's doing. Yeah, I'm not great in the slipstream, as in, like, I don't have like a super deep knowledge and skill set when it comes to pack racing, but I can put down some pretty fast quality times. Certainly in these, the competition is very low level. I'm many we swing? 5. Look at this. Look at this grid. This grid of legends. All of these individuals have... it's not so much taking your life in your hands as throwing your life on the ground and stomping on it. Like, a death is almost assured in this series. A lovely night. Trying to do too much. In this car, you just go for it on both laps, yeah. I'm gonna go for it on the second lap. On ovals, in iRacing at least, in the 2-lap qualifying format, the qualifying times are like densely packed. They're really close, within hundredths, typically. So any edge you can get is important, and it's depending on the track and even the track conditions. Whether you set your lap on the first or second lap is important. Usually it's the second lap because you've warmed up your tires a little more, you've burned off a little bit of fuel, so the car's lighter. What was I thinking? Paying no attention coming to the line. So it could have been worse. Yeah, so anyway, I was in the middle of that thought. Yeah, so usually it's the second lap because for those reasons, your tires are warmer, you have a little less fuel. And even the track is slightly more rubbered in, but that's probably a pretty minor effect. But in some cases, on certain tracks, it's like the extra tire wear on the first lap makes your second lap a bit slower. Like, it's better to just go right away. I'm not totally sure what conditions make that the case. And in some cases, I think maybe it doesn't matter. It's funny when I'm racing these, just like any other race, I get very nervous beforehand, get butterflies in my stomach. And then at some point I'm just like, this, it's just for no points and you're almost certainly going to crash anyway, so why are you worrying about this? Oh, Mark Fish, he really wants to put a lap down. Wait, am I making fun of the right guy? I am. Don't let's go to the race, just continue qualifying eternally. So we got good tunes. It's a nice morning. Put up a heater. That's not my fastest qualifying. I think it's maybe 2.3. I wonder if I saved it. The other night I had a qualifying. The race I was talking about that I got wrecked out at the start. I was behind the pole sitter by 1,000, I think. By 1,000. That didn't take long.
One to go. Next time by, you'll be lining up on the inside. Closed. Pit road is closed.
Only 3 guys starting. Weird. That could still be fun. The other guys in the pits, maybe? Or are they just not doing it at all? Show these chumps how to do a start. I guess I can't say every other car. I haven't driven them all. Been in a lot of other cars. In both the iRacing, the IndyCar, and I think most of the NASCAR cars. The trucks, certainly. When you do starts and restarts, you just mash the gas. Like, you just go completely to the floor as soon as you see the green or the leader goes or whatever. As soon as the race starts. But in these, you cannot do that. Like, you have to let in the throttle, like, so slowly. Or the wheels just spin out of control. Like, you really need to get them rotating first. So you think I'm starting in 3rd gear, and even that's questionable. Like, 4th is maybe the smarter choice, but if you can, I want these guys to tell me. I don't want them to. Smoothly done. Did you see this guy just spun around in the mirror? It's just utterly classic. Oh, he's recovered, I think. Did he damage his car? Did he hit the wall? Oh, beautiful. And a winner is me. Before I even hit the checkered flag, before I even hit the start-finish line. See, these guys are working together, though. Let's see if they can catch me. That'd be fun. They both damaged the heck out of their cars, though, so I don't know. Yeah, see? They're probably fighting rather than drafting. With these cars, you can definitely push, not in terms of actual bump drafting, but if you ride the gearbox. Did I say this? I feel like I'm having deja vu here. If you ride the gearbox, like you really put your front wing like very close to the car in front, you can definitely get a nice draft effect where it extends the the envelope of air over the second car, and you pick up. I swear I've seen guys doing in the mid 250s that way. High 240s, mid 250s. But they, maybe they're figuring it out. I think one of them, I don't know, it kind of looked like they both hit the wall sort of hard. Yeah, I'm not sure how entertaining this is for anyone who watches this stream. This is more instructional about the Dallara Dash than it is an actual race. Well, let's get into it. First, we'll talk about the history of the Dash. I'm not sure if there was another car they used before this. I know that there's... well, no, let's go even further back. Let's really break this down. So Dallara is a automotive company that makes primarily open-wheel chassis. They don't build engines. They build, the frame, the suspension, the aerodynamic bits, everything aside from the engine. They have a wide range of expertise. They make the Indy cars. They have for sometimes, that's a spec series, so they just assign the chassis and everyone buys one from Dallara. They work with Haas on their manufacturer car. They do a lot of the construction. Haas F1, that is. Do they make... I want to say they make the Formula 2 and 3 chassis? I can't say for sure. I don't know the full breadth, but this is what they do. They build car models. And in this game specifically, there's the IR18, the current IndyCar model, the DW12, which is the previous IndyCar model. Yeah, I'm crushing these guys. They made something, I think the IR05, which is a retired car. I'm not sure if that's a real vehicle. But this car, the IR01, this was something special. This was a collaboration between Dallara and iRacing to design a car from the ground up. So there's no physical model of this car, or maybe they built one as a novelty at one point. I don't know, but made a replica or something. But this is just a theoretical, some people call it a fake car. I think that's unfair. It was catted out and designed. It's supposed to be kind of a Formula One style car, but to me it feels more like a what do you call it? That Virtual does. Track racer? I don't know. Anyway, it's a crazy car that they basically designed for the game, and it's kind of had some issues and its popularity is fairly low. So, the Dallara Dash then, this is the racers we're currently in. This is an unranked race. I think it's just for fun, but it gives you a chance to do open wheelers on an oval, and it gets used to that speed without, wrecking everyone's races in the actual ranked races. So they call it the Dallara Dash because they used to use the DW12, which is the old model IndyCar, up until January or February of this year, up until season 1 of this year. And as I speculated, they might have used the IR05 before they retired it, but I'm not sure. But at any rate, when I started, it was the DW12 on unranked ovals. And when they lost their license to do any sort of IndyCar-related things, when Motorsport Games bought it from IndyCar, part of the agreement was they couldn't have any current or past IndyCar vehicles on any official IndyCar tracks in any official series. So they can't do the Indy 500, for instance. That's the big one because it's a real race. And a lot of the oval schedule was the DW12. Obviously, it's not a car they use, but it's a real Indy car, and it was on things like they would do Indianapolis, you know, they would do Texas, although I guess maybe they can bring that back now. And they lost the ability to do that. So, like, rather than trying to, like, work around it and put the DW12 on, like, whatever, they just dropped it from the series. They changed it to the IRL1, which is still a Dallara car, and continue calling it the Dallara Dash. And that gave them some more flexibility with the schedule. And candidly, I'm assuming it allows them to sell more of these cars, although from the split numbers, not many. So, yeah, that's the history of the Dash. I loved the series when I started racing, because the reason I joined iRacing, the reason almost that I did sim racing at all, was to do the Indy 500. So that's maybe I'll get into that another time. But so before I had the license requirements and everything, or own the car in order to do actual Indy races in the IR18, I did these because it didn't affect ranking. It was a great way to get used to that speed, you know, an open wheeler on these guys just wrecked, I think. An open wheeler on an oval. Because that DW12 is fast. That is a fast car. And it was just a lot of fun. It's low pressure. The races were like, you know, 10 to 30 laps. No pit stops. Unless you wreck. They were fantastic. So, and the calendar also always included a race at Laguna Seca. They had to drop that from the calendar, so that was one of the reasons I think they just didn't even bother trying to continue using the DW12 in the series. So yeah, I loved that Laguna Seca, the one road race, and then I think they would do one maybe at a second road track, but it was almost all over. So sucks for these guys. 3 more laps. And it's a shame because the series was legitimately popular. Like, you would get 3 splits easy at, you know, busy times of the day. This car's so funny, I haven't lifted my foot off the gas the entire race. Where'd he go? It's a real shame. It's a real shame. The series was so much fun when there was a lot of people in it. You'd have the regulars. There were some guys that just were good at, like, that was their thing. They didn't even bother with the paid content or with the ranked content on iRacing. Is all they did. And this car, I wish more people would practice with it and join the races so you could get those big splits. But realistically, it's hard. Like, that power delivery issue at the start, like, that is a real issue. The old Dash, the old Dallara Dash with the DW12, like, that was bad enough. It was way easier to start the car than this, but you still had just out-of-control wrecks at the starting line. And now, I'm just not even going to try and pass this guy. You had out-of-control wrecks at the starting line. And now it's like even more inevitable. It's hard to put it. It's hard to, like, crystallize what this means. Like, the series just had such a reputation for. Why did the others bother to show up? Especially the 2 that didn't even bother racing. It's hard to crystallize that idea or get across, like, the old Dash was so famous for huge wrecks, just pointless, crazy, like, field clearing wrecks. And so the fact that it's gotten worse, like, it does make the series kind of impossible to play. So, oh well, it is what it is. Now and again, you can still get a race. I still enjoy driving this thing around the super speedways. Daytona, and I'm looking forward to doing a race at the iRacing Super Speedway. But you bring it in. Nice. It's college, right? Yeah. Man. Can't fade the master, man. With the king, you best not miss, or you'll get run into the wall by stomping the gas too hard. I think those are words to live by. $230. Oof, this stream is getting on in length, so let's get this replay watched, and then let's sign off, maybe. You can just skip that last, like, 20 minutes, too. That should save you some time. Oh, my gosh. Hungaroring. That was intense. No regrets doing those, but man, those are tough races. Tough races. It was nice to finally be in a split that was like, like at my pace. But I was putting in 45s, like, oh man, that was definitely my fastest race. I was really finally getting, you know, getting into that range where I was definitely staying ahead of guys, definitely keeping up with guys. Almost to the point where I could be attempting passes, but... Jeez, excuse me, but this is just a tough track for that, so... Yep, that's what I wanted. There you go, trading points. Yeah, I had a kind of a rough start at this one. I was way behind the pack at the start of the race. That wasn't smart. I guess I was supposed to start in... I guess maybe I started where I was supposed to. Edison Chen. I think this is the dude I ultimately spun out, so let's...
Oh gosh.
So many people wrecking out of this one, or spinning. I mean, ultimately, I guess not too many actually were forced out of the race itself. Oh, did he? But this guy might have been. Was that? Oh my goodness, I feel so terrible. Is that me up there? See, I was doing a great job staying in front of him. I think I ran into traffic. Yeah, he's getting... Oh man. I was getting slowed down by the cars in front, and my lines don't look great. I don't know, whatever. I had a cold. My power went out. Car was a dog. My pit crew hates me. Numerous reasons that were not my fault. Yeah, see? Yeah, that's his fault, not mine. So this is what I was talking about. I don't know what happened. I stayed on the brakes a little late into the turn, I guess. And so I got loose here. I was starting to... I had to let off the gas and collect myself. So I moved, like, all the way to the exterior. All the way to look like... I'm going slow. I'm like, I'm just going to let this guy pass. Like, it's... I got loose. That was my fault. I'm not going to make some, like, reckless attempt to move over in front of him. You know what I mean? So I moved to the outside. And he has no throttle control. Look, I'm on the curb. You can't expect someone to go farther than that, although I think the green is fair play, but still. Like, dude, you gotta account for that. Maybe I should have, I should have really let him pass, but, like, come on. I gave him room. I think that's good enough. Oh, I don't know. I sort of feel like I turned back into him, but here, this is, the line goes back toward, see, you're in pit lane there, so you're not supposed to drive to the right of the dotted line. So I go all the way to the curb, and then I follow the dotted line, and I'm still mostly in the pit lane even. Like, he just doesn't account for it. Oh, man, but that Ferrari in the Audi, there's no way that would have been that bad. This car just explodes, man. Do you remember there's... I'm remembering a toy from when I was a kid, like a toy car, and it had these little activators in the bumpers, kind of little buttons, so you'd run it into something, and it would trigger all these springs that would blow off the body panels to, you know, simulate the damage they were taking from their wrecks. That's what this Ferrari feels like. Look at those pieces just, like, spring into the air. Oh my gosh. What's, there it is, Ridges. You can already see he's beat up, so that guy's been running into people. Look how far over I am. Like, he goes up on the curb like a fool. You should have just... I feel bad about it because I don't like wrecking people out, and I'm just like, was there something else I could have done here? But... I don't feel like I was out of line or cut him off. I thought I did the right thing here by moving to the outside after that wiggle. You can see it was going to be bad, so I mean, I thought I gave him space, and I don't think I think he took more than was available to him, so you know, I'm going to put that on him, but I'm not, obviously he's the one that suffered for that, so it's impossible for me to be too mad at him. Oh, and he keeps going. I did apologize. Even though I don't think it was my fault. That's probably the smart move. How did I finish in 17th if this guy is 16th? What was I? I lost so many positions. I was up in 15th at this point. Man. Well, maybe, like I said, maybe it was a practice thing. I really need to focus on getting more of a warm-up before races. But so what was the damage to my car? Like, that alone, that was 30 seconds of damage, which really isn't that bad. But still, I'm like... I guess it kind of looks a little wrinkled. Yeah, you can see it. Yeah, just like, bang. Like, look at the full circle home logo, how dented in that gets. Crunch. That's not bad, man. That's like a sophisticated damage model, right? Like, that looks, that's right where he makes contact, and that's... I feel like a little scratch more than like a crushing in my intake would have been more realistic, but... that's not bad at all. It's definitely an improvement over some of the older damage models. Alright, let's look about after the pit stop. In the pits. '48s, 47s. Yeah, this was a slow race for me, man. Like, that's funny considering it's supposed to be second or two faster in terms of lap pace. Oh, that's really cool. Like, you can see it, like, gradually being fixed. Cool. Well, I don't know. Maybe for the best. It looks better. I don't know if it really gave me any more speed, but... Cool camera angle, too. I did end up getting by this guy. Oh, let's look at the wreck at the end. That was so funny.
Saw that coming.
I hear you, man. Looks like we'll look at that accident afterwards, too. Accidents are so funny. Okay, so I saw this dude moves over. At no point, I'm like, I'm not even going to go for the slipstream. Like, I'm going to let these guys work it out. Like, they looked like they were going to crash for laps before this. And on the last lap, you know guys are just going to be like, I'm sending it. I'm doing it this lap. Last chance. And it's so hard to pass on this track that this corner, maybe the next one, kind of are your last chance to get around someone. But look at this. He's not even close. Like, look at that send. He's so far off the apex. You can't do that to people, man. He just runs into him. Hold on, look how awesome this is, though. But he leaves me so much space there. Just tuck under and out. Oh, that's beautiful. Let's look at it from that from that fender view. Now I'm really stoked that I got that fender fixed because it's going to make this camera look that much more lovely. There we go. Fender cam. Oh man, he got destroyed. And that guy's just... Is it... Wait. Is that... What's that? Yeah! Oh, that was so beautiful. Sorry to drag out the stream here, but this is too good, man. He's already missing his front end. Oh, is this not the guy? Is this the dude that ran into the wall off the hay with me? No, I don't think so. Let's try and find out where he lost his bonnet there. But dude, he goes so deep. You can't do that. Like, he was 3 car lengths back in the braking zone. Like, you can't just say F it. You know what I mean? And just throw it into the side of someone's car. That's not cool. That's, yeah, really, really just clueless racing. But man, me flying through is just about the prettiest thing I've seen in a long time. Those 2 positions at the end, I think, were that really helped my disposition and made my finishing spot look a lot better. I even like lifted before the braking zone because I'm like, this is going to be a mess. A little bit, maybe. So quality. Oh, it wasn't even him. This dude was like calling people out. Oh, the weed car. Yeah, that guy was a poor driver. Yeah. Sends like this. What were you thinking? He has no overlap. Like, he's driving directly at this guy's fender. You can't do stuff like this, you know? Like, if you're side by side, if you're up here and you're like right off his fender in the braking zone and you can outbrake him, that's fine. But at this point, he's turning in, he's pointing toward the apex. Like, you can't just drop into someone like that. It's stupid. Where'd this guy finish? Thomas something or other. He's still way ahead of me. He's in 6th at this point, though, so that's a shame. Alright, what about, Oh, he did this to himself. This is an easy mistake to make. You hit the, you go too deep on the curb there, and it's a little slippy in this green section, or like your wheels lose traction when you go over those white triangles. So, yeah, see, you got too deep out. When you get right to the edge like that, if your wheel slips over and falls down, or it just hits those kind of like the tops of the individual triangles, it just gets you'll just get a little loose. So, got a little wheel spin. That's a shame, man. And it's... Yeah, that's surprising. That's not even the Ferrari there. I was complaining about how frail it is, but that's just any car that hits that is just going to explode. You're going really fast at that point. So, what? He was already missing his bonnet. Where did that happen? Oh, wow. Started 9th. Sorry, man. This was all self-inflicted. This guy was just, like, didn't have a great handle on this car. Yeah, there's another place. Oh, no. Yeah, that is definitely a place where you can spend... Look, the same thing, too. This guy was just, like, living life on the limit, man. That'll bite you sometimes. Both of those places are just classic spots where people spin out. So, alright, well, that's been fun. That's a real shame for him, though. Real shame. Let's see what he did in terms of penalty points. I can't believe he had, like, 3 major accidents. That's going to be... He's got at least 8. Probably more. Is that Thomas? No, it's Alexander Kemper. 16. This guy almost got a drive-through. That is just crippling to yours. How did he lose 0.09? Like, how is that possible? Oh, he's got a B license. That'll be me soon enough, so... Alright, well anyway, that was awesome. Here's me, like, I can see where the stream is now. I'm, like, breaking down that accident. That was fun. Those were great races. I liked talking about the Dallara Dash. I loved it so much, so it's nice to reminisce a little bit. So, anyone that watched, thank you guys so much. Always appreciate it, and I hope you'll watch future streams. Oh, and like this one.